Opening ceremony, World Cup, and one featured performer is named Lisa. All right, so here's Lisa at the 2026 opening ceremony. Queen Lisa, there it is right there, Queen. Lisa's a queen. We know what that means, or do we? Everyone loves Lisa. There's a queen again. Lisa's a goddess, a queen. Katy Perry, the Canadian goddess. Oh, what happened there? Is that the flat earth? They got the flat earth at the World Cup. Flat earth World Cup. I like it. Now would be a good time for alien disclosure or a pestilence narrative. Not sure if they're going to do anything or not. You never know. Standing on the flat earth, invading the earth, colonizing earth, and getting married to a former prime minister of Canada from the Sinclair dynasty. And Lisa is in a band called Blackpink, which I believe is a K-pop band. Anyone who listens to K-pop has some serious problems. La Lisa is the name, is a Thai rapper, singer, dancer, and actress, or actor. Outside of music, Lisa made her acting debut in 2025 in the HBO television series The White Lotus. That's what it is, The White Lotus. So we're going to talk about that. Her accolades include 9 Guinness World Records. All right, so Lisa is a Guinness Book of World Record holder. Lots of awards. Cultural ambassador. I might get killed after making this video, so I'll have to choose my words very carefully because everybody loves Lisa. The debut solo album called Alter Ego. Gee, what are you talking about there? I wonder. Some people have commented on the broad shoulders and the one-eyed symbolism, which is so common in the entertainment industrial complex. Goddess horns. Everybody loves Lisa's cute smile. Lisa's so cute and feminine. Now what's the deal with the shoulder? Just asking a few questions, making a few observations. That's all I'm doing here. Draw your own conclusions because everybody loves Lisa. Everybody loves Lisa and Lisa's shoulders. Thought that was Taylor Swift there for a minute. Lisa very good at the smile, right? You got to get that smile because the smile will deceive people. Lisa, kawaii desu ne. There's Schwarzenegger's offspring. So you got Lisa with a member of the Kennedy family, a Thai male actor. I think the measurements are pretty much the same. Lisa just has a better smile. Lisa with the shoulders. Whoa, what's going on there? One shoulder exposed. Goddess symbolism. Oh, somebody has an Adam's apple. What's going on there? Somebody has an Adam's apple and the shoulders and narrow pelvis. Just making a few observations. Oh yeah, because most women have a huge muscle right there. Blackpink, opposites. Male and female, yin and yang. So Lisa was born in Thailand. Changed the name to La Lisa, meaning the one being praised. Well, yeah, there's a reason for that because you're a goddess. This is basically the Taylor Swift of Asia. Raised by her Thai Buddhist mother and her Swiss stepfather. List of awards and nominations received by Lisa. It's a whole list. Wow. Look at this. This is a very long list. 29 years old. All right, now this TV show, The White Lotus, it was all about pantheism. What is pantheism? So they had this scene where there's like a drop of water falling into the ocean, and they said that's basically us. We're the drop of water in the ocean. Means that all is God. So there's no creator and creation. There's only God. All is God. That means we are God. And if we are God, that means we can transform and discover who we are. So there's kind of similar to Gnosticism, what RuPaul said when RuPaul said we're all gods in drag. We're all trying to discover our true authentic selves, which is the androgynous God. And this season of White Lotus featured Lisa as one of the stars. What did Sam Rockwell's The White Lotus monologue mean? Maybe what I really want is to be one of these Asian girls, Frank says. Soon he shares he was dressing up in ladies' lingerie and sleeping with white men like himself in an attempt to feel what the women he hooked up with felt during their liaisons. See, that's pantheism. He is the girl and the girl is him and all is one and we're all God experiencing each other as God, that kind of stuff. So it kind of takes it to its absurd conclusion. His Buddhist quest for enlightenment. He's detaching from self, kind of like Jim Carrey. It's pantheism. It's androgyny. This is a religion. This is a worldview. This is the alter ego. Lisa explores 5 different inner personas on alter ego. They all have their own names. Prince had a female alter ego when he sang in falsetto. The album's promotional campaign uses a 5-point star. The 5 alter egos, the 5 elements of the world. The 5th element, all right? Aristotle talked about the quintessence, which held everything together. That's the force. It's the 5th element, which is the androgyne. The androgyne holds the universe together. A black rock, the primordial sample, the black stone. There's the 5-pointed star right there. You get a star sticker. You get a pentagram. It's the Starman. It's all connected. It's all one video. Alter ego pop up in Harajuku with the Starman because you're wearing a mask. You're wearing a mask because we're all gods in drag. Alter ego. On a completely unrelated note, just for reference, there's some ladyboys. Are these men or women? What do you think? The profound wisdom of the White Lotus drop of water quote. So the Buddhist monk says, when you are born, you are like a single drop of water flying upward, separated from the one giant consciousness. The one giant consciousness. There you go right there. That's pantheism. Most of the truthers out there seem to believe in this stuff. You hear all this kind of stuff in 12-step programs. God as you understand God. You get older, you descend back down. You die, you land back into the water. Become one with the ocean again. Oh yeah, everyone likes that idea, right? Guess what? There's going to be judgment and you're going to hell. You used to be in the ocean, and then you're born and you're just this little isolated little drop of water all alone. And then when you die, you go back into the water of God. One giant consciousness. We're all one. Let's just all unite into the Borg. Put the electrodes in my brain. Hook me up to the internet. And that's androgyny. Ritual androgyny is based on the same worldview as this. Because this is an androgynous ocean. There's no male, there's no female in the one consciousness. We're born and we think we're a man or a woman, but Sam Rockwell and Lisa are here to tell us that no, we are this androgynous God. That's who we really are. We're not a drop of water. We are just one expression of the one giant consciousness. And they believe this is just an illusion. Whereas the biblical worldview is that God created us and we do exist, and that after death we will be resurrected. And those who are loyal to God, expressed as faith in Jesus Christ, will inherit eternal life. Those who do not will be discarded and thrown away, like a useless whiteboard marker. Here's a few quotes from the Baker Encyclopedia of Christian Apologetics. Pantheism means all, which is what pan means, is God. All is God. It is the worldview held by most Hindus, many Buddhists, and other New Age religions. It is also the worldview of Christian Science, unity, and Scientology, which I did not know. According to pantheism, God is all in all. Nothing exists apart from God, and all things are in some way identified with God. The world is God, and God is the world. But more precisely, in pantheism, all is God and God is all. Permeational pantheism is the view popularized by the Star Wars movies of George Lucas, in which the Force, the Tao, penetrates all things, which Aristotle would call the quintessence. Quint, right? The 5th element. Personality, consciousness, and intellect are characteristics of lower manifestations of God, and probably gender as well, right? Possibly the lowest. And so the highest manifestation is androgyny. There is only one being or existent in the universe. There's only one being. We don't really exist. Everything else is an emanation or manifestation of it. We are all simply part of an elaborate illusion. Creation simply does not exist. God exists, nothing else. It's just God having a dream. We're all just part of God's dream here, so you may as well start dressing up like a woman. So in pantheism, God didn't create the universe. God is the universe. And what about human beings? What do they believe human beings are? The primary teaching of absolute pantheism is that human beings must overcome their ignorance and realize that they are God. Oh, the body holds the human down, keeping him or her from uniting with God. So each must purge his or her body so the soul can be released to attain oneness with the Absolute One. All right, you must purge his or her body to become an androgyne to attain oneness with the Absolute One. The purpose of ritual androgyny is to attain oneness with the Absolute One great consciousness. So it's not really woke culture that's going on, it's pantheistic culture. For all pantheists, the chief goal or end of humanity is to unite with God. Well, in a way, you could say Christians want to unite with God too, but we don't want to be God. We are not God, all right? But we have a relationship with God. Pantheists hardly ever talk about history except in modified forms of pantheism, usually influenced by Western theism. They are not concerned with it, with history, for either it does not exist or it is regarded as an aspect of the world of appearances, a thing to be transcended. See, that's the postmodern trutherism, which believes that all history is fake. Without evidence, okay? They're just saying it. They're like, all history is fake, therefore trust me in my version of history. And really, it's just a form of pantheism saying that it's all fake, it's all an illusion. As to individual human destiny, most pantheists, especially Eastern varieties, believe in reincarnation. Yeah, after the soul leaves the body, it enters into another mortal body to work off its karma. Eventually, the goal is to leave the body, and in the case of most pantheists, merge with God. So that's kind of their moral code, is to have good works. If they're good enough people, they'll be reincarnated in a better life next time, and eventually they'll merge with God. This is called Nirvana, which is also the name of a rock band from Seattle, and it means the loss of individuality. Nirvana means the loss of individuality. Salvation is nirvana when you lose your individuality. But in the Christian worldview, salvation happens in our individuality. We are still an individual who has a relationship with God. God created us in the image of God to be in a relationship with God as his representatives. And we've lost that. We lost our purpose. We lost our relationship with God, and we lost our purpose, and we lost our power. And look at us now. If, in fact, the world is really an illusion, how can we distinguish between reality and fantasy at all? According to pantheism, individual minds are themselves aspects of the illusion and can therefore provide no basis for explaining it. If the mind is part of the illusion, it cannot be the ground for explaining the illusion. No, come on, but Axl Rose said use your illusion. If pantheism is true in asserting that my individuality is an illusion, then pantheism is false, since there is then no basis for explaining the illusion, because I'm explaining the illusion with my illusion. I'm using my illusion, but even that's an illusion, and that causes confusion. See, there is no reality. And that's why the truthers are actually Gnostics and pantheists, because there is no reality for a truther, because all history is fake, nothing is real, so you got to trust them. They know the truth, even though they don't, even though they are quite often liars. So that's kind of a deeper level of what's really going on with the so-called woke agenda. It's not really a woke agenda that's coming from the left. It's a pantheist agenda coming from the ancient world, coming from the demonic forces, the principalities and powers that are trying to rule this world. You know, people can't get past Genesis 1 anymore because they believe in the Big Bang Theory and evolution and dinosaurs and spinning balls. So they're just trying to, really all that the demonic forces need to do is get people to not believe in the one true God who created the world. And then those people will ultimately not be part of God's kingdom, and they will be discarded into the lake of fire. But the Christian worldview is that this is us, and we're either going to inherit eternal life in a new creation, or be thrown into a lake of fire. So if this drop of water is a pantheist, they're not going to go back into the ocean. They're going to be thrown into the lake of fire, actually, and they will be incinerated. So that's actually what's going to happen to the pantheists and the Gnostics and many truthers.